Hey, what's up? My name is Tara and this is my at-home lab. I've been formulating cosmetics for about 10 years now. I'm self-taught. So if you're new here, hey, what's up? Join the community. We love making anything cosmetic, skincare. Personally, I go towards the skincare, body scrub, body washes, face washes. That seems to be what everybody knows me for. But yeah, my lab has gone through a lot of different phases, but this one is definitely my favorite. First stop on the tour is my lab bench area. In the professional cosmetic field, the cosmetic chemists typically have an area that they call the lab bench, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And this is where formulas are tested in small batches. So it's where we're experimenting with different ingredients, seeing what works best for what we want to make. And I have set this area up to where it's very efficient for experimenting. So behind me, obviously you see all of my ingredients and as much equipment as I can possibly find that I have will be linked down below in case you're interested. And underneath the workbench, we have all of my equipment that I'm typically using while experimenting. So we have my immersion blenders that are sanitized in here. We have spatulas in here. We have any of like my metal, stainless steel utensils or glass stirring rods in this container. I have my smaller digital scale here. I have my larger scale here, and then I have my magnetic stirrers and hot plates, and then I got some cling wrap, which is what I use to cover products to let them sit overnight so no air gets inside, and then aluminum foil, which I typically use to cover beakers when I heat them up. Then we got a little hamper and my trash can, my portable stovetop, paper towels, and my overhead stirrer. Okay, going underneath here, we have another storage shelf. I have my air purifier right here. I have some water that's not distilled water that I use to fill up my water baths. And then I have my stirring rods for my overhead stirrer. Now moving from my lab bench area over here to my recording station. This bottom shelf is definitely YouTube vibes. All of my camera, batteries, chargers for mics, chargers for my phone, whatever, random thing of disinfectant wipe, my hand mixer and immersion blenders, and I have my respirator. This whole thing is just stuff I grab for often, and then it's on wheels so I can move it around the lab with me no matter where I go. I have some weigh boats, smaller ones and larger ones. I have my gloves here. I have my temperature gun, some disposable masks. I have my pH meter, hand sanitizer, and then just some rubbing alcohol here. This is my incubator. It's used to do microbial tests. KitchenAid to mix scrubs. I actually haven't used it yet. I really want to use it. This is a UV sterilizer. Then over here I have my centrifuge that is used to test the stability of emulsions. Distilled water. This is a kit for a future video I'm going to be doing something with. Another air purifier, and then this is just another stainless steel table. It was one of the first tables I ever had. This table here I purchased a long time ago. I used it to pack orders back when I had my business, but yeah, that's closed now, and now I don't need to pack orders. So I brought it in here recently. I actually just did it the other day. So this is kind of like my newest download to my filming station. I brought in this, I guess it's technically like a kitchen island, but this is what I move in front of me whenever I go to film my formulating videos. And like I said, I just recently put this here, so I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna like it or not, but I think I will, because then I can just easily turn around and grab things that I need while I'm filming, you know? Put all the ingredients here. I think that'll work. I think that'll be really, really nice. And then also this is just a good area in case I want to do front-facing filming as well. Also, I got my handy dandy paper towels right here. The main issue is the holes in the wall. I still need to close those. But yeah, I love how this is on wheels, so then I can just easily move it around and get it out of the way when I'm not using it. Okay, now moving over here, we have a window. Since this is my YouTube table, I do have this first drawer filled with filming stuff. In here, I got a bunch of pipettes. Okay, down here, everything is pretty random. It's actually a couple days later. The rest of the video was out of focus. So here we are, the next corner of my lab. I keep some photography backdrops up here. This is normally where I have a bunch of lighting equipment, tripods. Right here is one of my favorite things. Well, first we got a TV. Obviously, if you want more information about formulating and equipment, like more in detail about my equipment and how I store everything, go over to my main channel. But if you're interested in this, even if you don't formulate, it is a really beautiful piece of furniture, and I could see people even wanting this even if they don't formulate. But this is where I store my glass beakers. So after I sanitize them, I put them in here. Any other equipment that I sanitize that I want to store in here, I put in here. And all my aprons. This is another tripod, more tripods. And then we have the rest of my workshop. Follow me, follow me. Don't expect the rest of the place to have good lighting. Okay, we have like my laundry room back here. You guys don't want to see that. There's kitty litter and stuff. We have an adorable Shiggy. You're not allowed in here. Turn around. Hold on, I gotta get all this stuff closed behind me. First, here's the bathroom. We also got a bathroom. If you guys want to look in it, it's not very fancy. Bathroom. There you go. But it is really nice, obviously, having my own bathroom and shower and stuff for filming things for my main channel because I make cosmetics. So it is really nice to have. Here's the rest of the workshop. The front doors behind you guys. That hallway is where we just came from. So this place actually used to be my home where I lived. This is a mobile home I purchased when I was around 20 years old. We purchased it for about $5,000. We had to renovate it quite a bit. And we ended up having to move it. So we did end up having to dump a lot more money into it than we expected. But in the end, it ended up being a really good purchase because we owned it. We didn't have to pay rent. It was really inexpensive to live here. And now 10 years later, I'm able to have this building space for me to work in. And it's really nice and peaceful to have my own separate place to do my work. And it allows me to take care of these stray kitties. Come here. I have Shiggy, and then I have Baby over there. I don't think she wants to be bothered. They were strays once upon a time when I lived here, and Luna lived here too. And now they're able to come inside and have somewhere safe to sleep. So that makes me happy also having this place. I was able to rescue these kitties because I wasn't able to find homes for them. Anyway, let's start over here. If you've been following me for a long time, you will know this corner. This corner has always been my office corner since I've lived here. I've had this piece of furniture forever. My printer, my Cricuts, all my label paper. Like I said, once upon a time, I used to have a business, so I would make my own labels for my cosmetics. And yeah, this is the whole area where I used to pack orders once upon a time. But now it's just my nice at-home office where I can peacefully work. And it's definitely not put together at all. As you guys will see eventually, some of the walls are completely empty because I recently removed a lot of things. I've been having like health issues over the past couple years, and I haven't really fully been able to get this place together. Honestly, let's just admit the entire time I've owned this trailer, it's never been put together. There's literally trim missing from somewhere over there. Oh, and my walking pad, my adjustable desk, you can raise and lower. Highly recommend being self-employed. Oh my gosh, the cats are being so cute. Oh, nope, now he's being violent. Well, they were being cute. There's Baby. Isn't she adorable? We got my couch. You guys might remember seeing it on my main channel. I have filmed in front of it a lot. We have a bunch of cat toys, a bunch of my formulating books. Honestly, the rest of this is kind of self-explanatory. We have my kitchen. Don't expect anything fancy. Guys, it's an old mobile home. Look at those cabinets. It's nothing fancy. Look, I'm even missing a door handle here. Like, it's nothing fancy, but amazing to have a second space to work. I seriously cannot, like, I'm so happy about it. There's Baby thinking about going outside. And there's kind of like the cat food station. That's about it. Because like there's nothing interesting. These cabinets just have stuff for storage. I'm not going to show you guys them. We're not doing all that. And then over here is my blank wall. I recently took a bunch of stuff down and took it to my other house. And then this is a, once upon a time, there was a wood burner in this trailer. This trailer has gone through a lot since I've purchased it. Okay, we're turned around. We have this little, actually, this is my first cabinet. Excuse me, sir. Thank you. Okay, this is actually my first cabinet I got when I started formulating cosmetics, and this is where I would keep all of my ingredients. Now I just keep a whole bunch of photography stuff and my old notebooks. Slippers. They're clean slippers, don't worry. These are a bunch of old notebooks that have a bunch of old formulas when I first started formulating. honestly, this cabinet kind of holds a lot of memories and also just photography equipment. Got the front door and my spare room. Let's get haunted podcast, good podcast, Corinna Fisher, good comedian. All right, let's go in here. This is the spare bedroom in this home. It was the spare bedroom when I lived here, and I turned it into my lab. I think 2018, it used to have carpet. Then it had fake foam floor, and now I actually have real flooring in it. This space is used as storage. As you can see, back when I used to have my business, all my packaging, now that my business is closed, obviously I still have the packaging because I still make cosmetics. So it's nice to have this whole stock of just containers for whatever I decide to make. This is a photography thing. If you guys are curious about this, I love this brand. It is called Replica Surfaces. This thing is so great for photography. When I had my business, I used it all the time. I still use it for YouTube, obviously. This whole closet just is so much stuff from like soap making, from when I had a business, like mic stands, big plastic storage containers, like if I make like big things of scrubs, more jars. This whole thing is full of 8-ounce bottles. Anyway, moving over here, we have a bunch more formulating packaging things. Like all in here, I have like syringes when you make like lip glosses and stuff. I have like all kinds of other random packaging like chapstick containers. There's just all kinds of random formulating stuff in there. This is also where I sanitize my equipment. So after I wash my equipment in the kitchen, obviously I will bring it in here to dry. So none of the cat hair gets on it or anything. So it's in a clean room to dry. And then once the stuff is dry, I bring it over here and then I sanitize it and I let it dry here after being sanitized. If you do make cosmetics, I do have an entire video that deep dives on how to sanitize your equipment in case you're interested. In here, actually this is some of my favorite stuff. It might look like junk, but it's a bunch of old products I've made that I put in here that I keep my eye on for stability purposes. It's really nice to go back to them a couple years later and be like, wow, I can't believe that formula is still stable. This is actually my second channel. My main channel is TaraLee. I've been posting on that main channel since 2018 about formulating cosmetics. It's so funny that this is the year I launched my second channel because 2016 was the year I did a cross-country road trip, and that was when I really decided to transfer my main channel into something more than just a random YouTube channel. I really started looking at it as a brand, TaraLee Skincare, and I really moved towards only formulating cosmetics and that type of content, and that really helped blow up my channel around 2020. And honestly, I just love YouTube and creating content. I created this second channel. That way I don't always have to keep my content specifically around education. So in case you're wondering, I used to have a business named TaraLee Skincare. I would sell my cosmetics on Etsy and on my website. And back around 2023, I would say, I have the whole story over on my main channel. I ended up dealing with some health issues and I had to close my business. And in the end, honestly, it ended up being the best for me because truthfully, my passion lies within YouTube and I love creating content. That's especially why I created a second channel, because I wanted to create more than just how-to teaching content about formulating. I wanted to give you guys more of a background on what it's like to be as a woman being self-employed and talking the truth behind hustle culture and actually how to create a sustainable business that's lucrative forever and not just temporarily while you're blowing up, such as like I did in 2020. I did a lot of things I would personally consider to be right. And I feel honestly extremely successful, even if I'm not running around telling everybody I have a success story of making like millions of dollars. Because honestly, I don't think that's the realistic goal. I think the realistic goal is making money to where you feel comfortable and you have your basic needs met and you don't have to worry paycheck to paycheck. I feel like that feels like true success and freedom, especially when you are doing something you love, and hopefully showing you guys kind of the behind the scenes of what it's like to be self-employed. I don't know, maybe it'll help you guys. I know on my main channel, I used to do a lot more behind the scenes content, and that's hopefully what you guys are going to see more here. So subscribe and hit the notification bell if you guys just want to continuously follow what it's like to be a self-employed content creator in 2026.